Saturday. I am Maria.
And I'm Melissa.
And you have joined us for episode 3 of the Coronavirus Central Florida update. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes. So we're going to touch base briefly on the updated numbers for Florida. And currently, our cases here in Florida the new numbers just came in, and they are 4,038. And we have lost 56 people here in the state of Florida. Trump has announced that in the last 2 days, the numbers have doubled as far as those we've lost here in the United States. And now we've exceeded the 2,000 mark. An important thing to mention with this is very surprising to us is that the new median age for individuals who are being confirmed positive are around 47. So when everybody talks about it's the elderly population, it's really not, Maria. It's kind of those that are out and about. A lot of our elderly population staying home.
Yeah, and I think that's really substantial. It's not enough to just rely on your age. If you're, younger than 75, it's not enough to rely on your, what you consider a healthy immunity. You really do need to social distance and take special precautions during these times because, as Melissa said, the average age, is a lot younger here in the state of Florida.
Yes. Now, one of the things that's come out is there are over now 600,000 that are infected worldwide, and we've had over 30,000 deaths along with that. Now, here in Florida, one of the things that as parents are getting faced with is school at home for our kids, right? Because school here in the Orange County, Osceola County has still been extended out where they're not going to start until at least April 15th is still the date that they've provided. That may extend out and be even longer. But they're going to be starting virtual school as of Monday. Now, I'll tell you, as a mom, I'm not looking forward to this because I have 2 kiddos that are in school, and it's a lot of things to kind of keep an eye on. We have some resources that's already been updated and sent out on both Instagram and Facebook as far as where you can go to get assistance with that and find more information. And that's going to be rolled out on Monday for them to start for virtual school.
Yeah, and we also listed information about the general resources available, so please look at those. We're also going to be listing free and deeply discounted internet services because a lot of parents, in certain families, finances just don't allow internet services to be, some of us take it for granted. Right. But in these cases where all of our students are going to be homeschooled, again, that can be problematic in certain households. So they will have the option of getting deeply discounted and in some cases free internet. And we will have the link for that on our website.
Yes, and that's all provided on the Florida Department of, correct me on that. What is it? Florida
Department of Education.
Education.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And additionally, as we mentioned in our last episode, our last segment, you can also get 1,000 hours of free tutoring. That's 1,000 hours from gopeer.org. And these are fabulous tutors that come from, high tier universities such as Berkeley and Harvard and MIT. So that is gopeer.org if you would like additional assistance tutoring your children at home.
A key thing to remember during this transition time as well is the fact that this is new for the teachers as well and the students. So it's going to take some time for these things to kind of work themselves out and become normal, if you will, for the kids. So this isn't going to be something that's perfect. When they roll this out on Monday, there's going to be hiccups, there's going to be delays, there's going to be problems with it. So just be patient, work with the schools. They're also limiting who's coming into the schools and how many calls that they're taking. So just be patient with the process, and as a community, we'll work together to kind of get through this new transition.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so moving along, we also talk about measures being taken, and one new measure that will be rolled out tomorrow at midnight in Seminole County. They are not imposing a stay-at-home order. However, they will be imposing a social distance order. And that actually means that businesses must not exceed 30% of their max capacity in the stores. So, next time you go to your grocery store after tomorrow midnight, so starting Monday, there will be limitations on that. And there will also be more formal limitations at the checkpoints as far as paying for your groceries. They will impose the 6 feet distance between yourself and others in line. And stores that actually do not comply may have to pay a fine of up to $500. So the Seminole County will definitely start taking this, starting tomorrow at midnight and imposing this social distance order.
Yeah, and that social social distancing is very important to help decrease the numbers that get infected with this. Because again, the goal is to flatten that curve, because the elder population, even obviously now with these new numbers showing that the median age is in the 40s, it's everyone. We want to decrease those who are impacted by this so the healthcare workers can get all the supplies that they need in place and get ready and prepared for all those sick individuals that are going to be coming into the facilities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're all in this together. So, again, even if you feel perfectly healthy, perfectly strong, you are potentially putting others at risk. So just stay at home, follow the orders, and, depending on what county you're in. And we're going to talk a little bit later on how to get creative, while you're at home and, make the time pass a little bit faster and less painfully.
Yes. And again, I just want to throw in there, one of the things I was hearing today is that they did a study in Europe where they took a group of people from one town, they tested everyone in the town, and literally only 1 out of 4 that was confirmed positive were actually showing symptoms. That's a substantial number. And so keeping in mind that even though people are not showing signs or symptoms of having coronavirus, they still may have it and can still infect other people with it because their viral loads are high during that time. Okay, so important to keep that in mind. People are like, no, I feel perfectly normal. I'm perfectly healthy. They may still have it and may still be giving it to loved ones or others that they come in contact with while they're out and about if they're not following that social distancing rule.
And we're seeing a lot more cases of children.
Yeah.
9-year-old recently, as of our last show, there were two-year-old children as well as a newborn. So, children are also susceptible to coronavirus. So, please be careful, like Melissa said.
Yeah, now they've passed this new stimulus package. There's a lot of questions, a lot of information being put out there by many different sources. And we've done a lot of research together trying to figure this out and try to get some specifics for you so you can kind of have an idea of what's going to come out. We are not the specialist on this, but from the data and the information that we've gathered, this is the information. As far as unemployment, right now, if you're on unemployment, it's $275, I guess, max here in Orlando. But with the stimulus package, what they're going to allow is an additional $600 per week up to a 4-month period. They've also extended unemployment out to a max of up to 39 weeks. We also heard today that SeaWorld is going to be furloughing their employees. 90% of their employees are going to be furloughed as of April
1st, I believe.
1st, I think it was, yeah. Now, Disney and Universal, they're going to continue to pay their employees that have been furloughed, I guess sent home, if you will. I guess they're not officially furloughed if they are still on payroll. But yeah, SeaWorld as of April 1st, 90% of their employees are going to be furloughed, and that's going to be a hard hit.
It is, and on our local economy as well. So
absolutely,
absolutely. So we very much feel for them. So tell us a little bit more about the $600 or what the process is, or do we have links?
We do have links on we're going to have all this stuff on our Instagram and Facebook. So you can go on there. We already have the links to file for unemployment on Instagram and Facebook. Be patient with it because the site keeps crashing. A lot of people say that it's easier to do it on your cell phones. It's just easier that way. But yeah, when you have so many people going in at the same time, these sites are crashing. So, but definitely, even though you're furloughed, if you are an individual out there that's been furloughed, file for unemployment. If you're a gig worker, an Uber driver, what have you, self-employed, freelancer, go ahead and file for it because you're still going to be able to qualify because there's not so much traffic that needs to be driven around, right? So the Uber drivers are hurting as well.
Yeah, and I think that the gig and freelancers qualify for half of the typical or standard unemployment plus the additional 600. So
this will be helpful. Absolutely.
Yes, very much. In addition to, and this is all part of the Coronavirus Aid and Economic Security Act that was recently passed a few days ago. We've all heard about the $1,200, right? We're all waiting for $1,200. A little bit more information on that. And again, we're not professionals. This is just the information that we recently, just minutes ago, researched and are bringing to you now. So you have to make $75,000 or less in order to qualify for the $1,200, and that's per individual person. So if you are married and you file jointly, that would have to be $150,000 for the year, and you would qualify potentially for the $2,400 between the two of you, and an additional $500 per child that is a minor child, as we understand it. Let's see. Additionally, as you exceed the $75,000 in salary per year, up to $99,000, it is, and this, just so you understand that it's not absolutely necessary for you to pull up your calculator, but it's $5 less for every $100 exceeding the $75,000. So that is the formula that will be used to determine how much less you get of the $1,200 if your salary exceeds $75,000.
Yes, and if you filed your taxes e-file to where the money was direct deposited last time, if you did the 2019 taxes already, they're going to use the bank account information that you've already provided to them. If you had that refund sent to you via the mail, then it sounds as though that's the way it's going to come this time as well. If you've not done your 2019 taxes, one, you might want to do that. But if not, they're going to be going off of your 2018 tax information that's been filed. And again, if you had e-filed, then the money will come direct deposit if you had it set that way before, because they already have all your information.
Exactly. And one other thing that I thought was really interesting is if you're a taxpayer and you paid zero, so if you're on Social Security or for whatever other reason you paid zero in taxes, you will qualify for $600. So, even though you didn't pay taxes, you will still get $600.
Yeah, and that will be helpful for everyone out there. I think that most people who are in need will qualify in one way or another for some amount. So it'll be helpful. But the question always is, how long do we have to wait for this? Right? So we looked into this, and I think the best we came up with was 2 to 3 weeks is what the expected time frame is. But we don't have an official date.
3 weeks or so. Yeah. So don't yell at us.
Right.
If it's 3 weeks and, we're not seeing the money in our bank accounts, it's, guideline is approximately 2 to 3 weeks. And again, like Melissa said, you don't have to apply for it.
Right. Just keep in mind that we're not the ones that are cutting that check.
That's right. All right, guys. So we do want to talk a little bit about some of the positive and, I guess, happier resources as well out there to make sure that we're all staying happy and sane during these moments of self-isolation. A lot of companies are stepping up to make that a little bit easier and sweeter.
Absolutely. So Krispy Kreme is doing free dozen of glazed donuts every single Monday, starting this coming Monday, which is March 30th. And they're going to do a free dozen for anyone with a badge that's a healthcare provider. And they're going to do that up until May 12th.
And in addition to that, they also have a free dozen. They're calling it the Be Sweet Dozen. And if you buy a dozen donuts or anything above and beyond that, you will get an additional dozen of the glazed donuts for free. And these will be securely sealed and bagged. And it will also have instructions on how to share those with your neighbors in a safe, contact-less drop-off, situation. So, you can do that safely and share the fun with your neighbors. So again, that starts today. So maybe after this, we should go to Krispy Kreme.
Grab some Krispy Kreme.
And get some donuts. So, keeping it sweet. Thank you so much, Krispy Kreme, for
really nice.
thinking about everyone. Super nice.
And when I think about Krispy Kreme donuts, I think about the fact that when I eat them, I'm thinking about working out, right? So there are lots of things out there right now that if you just Google free workouts, COVID, you're going to find all kinds of stuff out there for free. Everything from Chris Hemsworth to Nike's doing.
He was the actor who played Thor.
We like Thor.
Yeah, Thor was good. Very talented actor.
Very talented, yes. But also will help you with your workout and ways to burn off those Krispy Kreme donuts. So anything about online courses? I think you were finding something.
Yeah. And I just wanted to add, you can work out, but if you end up gaining a few pounds, I think a lot of people are right now. I've already gone through my snack stash. It's okay, right?
Yeah.
What's be kind to yourself?
Yes. Love yourself,
Yeah.
right? Practice self-compassion.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Self-compassion. So that's the term for today. So work out, but be kind to yourself and be patient.
Right. As you're being kind to others, think about yourself as well.
Yes.
And enjoy that donut.
Yeah. So there are free classes available. They're actually called Massive Open Online Courses. It's MOOCs, and there are apparently over 10,000 online courses listed by over 800 different universities all around the country. They're self-paced, some of them meet on a regular weekly basis. So check them out. We will also put the link to these on our website. So it's, you have a little bit of time on your hands possibly, or maybe it's something good to do with the family. So check them out. There's all kinds of courses out there.
Also, Amazon Prime Video is offering free kids movies and TV shows, and it's saying that you don't require a membership in order to get access to that, which is really nice. Just during this COVID isolation period, they're offering that for families.
Yeah. And, just on a personal note, today my family and we went on a picnic, just brought a blanket and brought some snacks, picked the tree we went to Mead Botanical Gardens, which are on Mills, and they're free. It's a free park, beautiful park to go to. Lots of space, so you don't have to invade the 6-foot social distance guideline, but it's a good way to get out there, be physical, get a little bit of sunshine, and, be active with the family.
Yeah, don't ask my kids about that. I drug them outside and had them help me clean off the back porch yesterday for hours, and we sprayed everything down with the power sprayer. But we still got outside, got some sunshine. Get out and take a walk with your kids and pets or whomever that you're isolating with, and enjoy some sunshine. You still need to get out of the house. You need to take care of yourself, and
yeah, we're all in this together.
Absolutely.
Going through the exact same situation, same circumstances. So I always say, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane.
And check on some people, your loved ones, your friends. Make sure that you're keeping in contact with them and that they have everything that they need, and to talk with them, FaceTime with them. Just keep in contact with people right now, because people are going to get lonely because they're isolating, and we need to minimize that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much, everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. We do hope that some of the information we brought you will be useful and practical. Please feel free to follow us.
Yes.
Facebook, we are on Coronavirus Central Florida Update, and we are also on Instagram at coronavirus_Central FL Podcast. And we're on Spotify and Spreaker, so look for us there. Please give us a call or message us on Facebook or Instagram if you have any suggestions, any resources you would like to share, or if you would like to be a special guest on our show.
Absolutely. Thank you. I think that's all we have for today.
Thanks, guys. Take care.